Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. I am so happy to have you all here. So please turn on your cameras as you guys are coming in. I love to know where you're from. So happy to see you all. Welcome in. Okay, so I want to start off by telling you something that's real. So you might hear sounds in my house right now. I've got kids, 4 of them. 4 of these kids. And this is my actual day. It's already in motion in the other room. Not in a fancy studio. I am not performing perfection. I am speaking to you in the exact middle of my life. And I am going to talk about that today. And I think that matters because everything we will be covering the next hour or so begins with one thing, okay? Telling the truth about the life that you are actually living. So not the aspirational one, not the imaginary one, not the one that you think you should have by now. The real one, okay? So here's what I know after 6 years of doing this work. The women who feel the most stuck about their style, they're not stuck because they lack information. They're not stuck because they're not trying hard enough, okay? They are stuck because they aren't looking at their actual life. The full, complicated, beautiful reality of it. Instead, that life, the one that you are actually living right now, that is the life that is worth dressing for. And that is what today is all about. Okay, so by the end of our time together, you're going to be able to see something that you've not been able to see before. And I'm going to show you the next step. Something that I believe will change the rest of this year for you. Probably the rest of your life. Okay, I'm shooting for the stars, babe. So first, I want to ask you something, okay? So type a 1 in the chat right now if you've ever stood in front of a full closet and felt like you had absolutely nothing to wear. Yes, exactly. Lots of ones. So look at that. You are not alone and you are not failing. You just have a wardrobe that was never built for the life that you are actually living. So let's change that. Okay? So I want to tell you about a woman. Okay? Her name's Michelle. So she reached out to me, and when she found me, she was in the middle of one of the hardest seasons that a woman can navigate. She was going through a divorce. It was amicable, but still painful. She was raising her son, caring for her nephew, working remotely, managing debt, managing a hospital stay, all of it, all at the same time. And that's how life is. All of it, all at the same time. She was not thinking about her wardrobe, right? She was in survival mode. And yet every single morning, she still had to get dressed. We all do. She still had to show up. She still had to face the day. And what she reached for every single morning was whatever required the least decision. Whatever felt safe. Whatever she did not have to think about. And not because she didn't care, but because she had nothing left to spend. Nothing left to give. And her closet, it was not the problem. Her closet was the symptom. The real problem was that she had never built a wardrobe for the life she was actually living. So when Michelle went through the Empowered Style program, something shifted. Not in her circumstances, those were still life. It's still hard. But the relationship between who she was and what she put on her body, She said she started to really go through her closet, and she described it as, it feels pretty good. And that's not dramatic proclamation. It feels pretty good. Because for the first time, she was making choices that belonged to her actual life, not some imagined version of it. Sometime later, she checked back in. New job closer to home, son in school, some weekends to herself for the first time in years. She said, I felt lighter, and I'm getting back into doing things for me. She also said that she's been getting better at choosing clothes that fit her and her personality much better. She said, definitely helped me to know what fits me best. That word, lighter. I want you to sit with that because Michelle did not lose weight. Okay? Her life did not automatically just poof, uncomplicated. What became lighter was the daily effort of getting dressed in a way that actually made sense for who she is, the life that she's living. And here's what I want you to notice about Michelle's story, okay? She did not come to me because she had a style problem. She came to me because she was surviving, and what she discovered was that the way she was getting dressed every morning was making the survival harder. Not because she was doing it wrong, but because her wardrobe had been built for her actual, it was never built for her actual life. And women who feel most exhausted by their clothes, they're not failing at style. They are wearing wardrobes that were designed for lives that they are not living. The survival wardrobe. Okay? This is where you reach for the same things every day because they require no decision. Not because they're right for you, but because they feel safe. They are safe. You are in a season where every ounce of mental energy is spoken for before you even open your closet door. So you default every morning. The aspirational wardrobe. So this is where you have beautiful things that you've invested in. And they were bought for a version of your life that requires more stillness and more predictability than you actually have right now. So they hang there. And every day you look at them and you feel almost like a failure because you own them, but you can never actually wear them. And see, right now, I feel this because I make sure that every single outfit I wear is breastfeeding friendly. So a lot of my wardrobe, I can't even wear right now. Then the disconnected wardrobe. So you have these pieces that you love individually, but they don't actually work together, right? So every morning is a problem-solving exercise. Does this go with that? Is this intentional or is it just thrown together? So that question costs you energy before your day has even started. So in the chat, type 1, 2, or 3. So number 1, that was the survival wardrobe. Number 2 is the aspirational wardrobe. And 3 is the disconnected wardrobe. 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. Which of these do you feel is where you're at? And there's no wrong answer. Lots of 1s. Okay, I see some 3s. Like I said, no wrong answer. Perfect. Okay, so with that, I want you to think about something. Every morning at your closet, whether it takes 5 minutes, 45 minutes, you are losing something. Time mental energy, momentum, the capacity to be present for whatever is coming next. Okay? But see, here's the cost that goes deeper than the practical one. I think about my own mornings. Okay, so I'm a homeschooling mom. I'm building a business on my own. And there were seasons when I would stand in front of my closet and feel like as if I'm failing a test that I had not even studied for. Everything I owned felt wrong. And not because it was bad, but because I had been choosing for a different version of my life. And what I was telling myself in the moment was, without knowing that I was telling myself anything, was that my real life was not worth getting dressed for. I needed to wait till things calm down, until I have more time, until I become whoever it is that I'm supposed to be, until I finally lose the weight. Then, that's when I'm gonna deserve the wardrobe. And see, maybe you have been telling yourself a version of that story as well, that your actual life is the problem. But see, your actual life is not a problem that needs to be solved. It's a temporary situation. Your actual life is the life that you get to live, and it deserves a wardrobe that supports it. Not someday, now. Because guess what happens? When you actually start dressing for the life that deserves a wardrobe that supports it, when you start doing that now, things start happening faster. You start actually showing up for your life. And that is huge. Okay, so let's reel it back. We're going to talk about Michelle again. So when she went through the program, her circumstances had not changed yet. She was still in the middle of hard things. Something shifted. Something shifted in her relationship with herself. So this is something that she wrote. So she said that she helped me to understand how fashion and mental health go hand in hand every day. I fully understand my body type and what looks great on it now. Did you guys hear that? She wrote, fashion and mental health go hand in hand every day. She did not come to me for mental health support. She came because she was tired of not knowing what to wear. But she found, and what she named in her own words, was that the way she got dressed was directly connected to how she felt about herself every single day. And then later, when her life had actually started to shift, her job was closer. Her son was in kindergarten. When she had a weekend to herself for the first time, she used the word lighter. Not, I look better. Not, I finally found my style. Lighter. And when what you wear finally matches who you are and how you actually live, something releases. Something that had been quietly costing you more than you even knew that it was costing you anything. She said that she was going back to doing things for herself. When was the last time you did that? And she was the very first person to buy my book at pre-sale. That's not a coincidence. When a woman stops spending her energy fighting her wardrobe, she gets that energy back and she uses it. That is what I want for you. Not a better closet, a better morning, more energy for the life you're actually living, more capacity to show up for the things that matter. Really quick, 30 seconds right now. Think about it. You can even type it in the chat if you want to. What would change for you if getting dressed stopped costing you energy and started giving you some time back? What is one thing that you would do with that? Hold that. Everything we are building is toward that, and it's in service of exactly that, okay? So I want to give you a map, not full directions, just the map. Because when you see that a clear path exists, the whole thing stops feeling impossible, okay? So here are the 4 markers on the path from misalignment to alignment. Marker 1, lifestyle honesty. Okay, so this is looking at your actual life, your real Tuesday, not your ideal one, and telling the complete truth about what it asks of you. And see, most women, they skip this entirely, okay? They build wardrobes for the life that they want instead of the life that they actually have. The one that they are living. And everything starts here, okay? Marker 2, functional needs. So this is knowing what your life actually requires from your clothes. So not what is fashionable, not what you saw someone else wearing, what your specific body, schedule, and environment genuinely need in order for you to function without fighting your clothes all day. And then marker 3, your foundation. So this is identifying the colors, silhouettes, the style language that tie everything you own into a coherent system. So without a foundation, your closet is a collection of individual decisions, with one every morning becomes simple. Just one. Marker number 4, intentional curation. So this is the difference between shopping and building. You stop collecting pieces that you hope will work someday, and you start acquiring exactly what is missing. Your closet becomes a tool and not a source of daily confusion. So when these 4 markers are in place, your closet stops being the problem that you manage every morning, and it becomes the support you draw from. So now, what I have learned watching women walk this path, knowing the markers exist is not the same as walking through them. Because between here and there's that messy middle, there's doubt. There's the moment that you second guess yourself and wonder if you're doing it right. There's the laundry, the kids, the 17 other things demanding your attention before you can even finish the thought. And the women who are actually transforming are not the most motivated. They're not the most organized. They're not the ones who have lost weight. They're not the ones who made more time or had more time. They were not magically given 30 hours in the day. Still 24. The women who are actually transforming, they're the ones who did not try to walk it alone, guessing with no structure and no one to tell them that they are on the right path. So here's what I've watched happen hundreds and hundreds of times. A woman spends an hour in a masterclass like this. She types her pattern in the chat. She feels something shift. She thinks, yes, this is exactly what I needed. I'm gonna do this. And then the kids walk in. They need something. Or the inbox is overflowing. Or dinner has to happen. And the intention, the real genuine intention that she had an hour ago, gets buried again. 6 months later, she's still wearing the same 3 things, still standing in front of a closet that does not serve her. Still telling herself, maybe someday. Maybe when things calm down. And the difference between the women who transform and the women who stay stuck is not character. It's not willpower. It's not even desire. The difference is that one of them stopped trying to do it alone. She stepped into a structure. She let someone who has walked this path hundreds of times walk it with her. So the messy middle had a guide. And the doubt had an answer. And the work actually got finished instead of abandoned the first hard thing that popped up. And that's exactly what the Empowered Style program is. This is the program that Michelle went through. The one that took her from reaching for whatever required the least decision to lighter. And it's not a course that you watch alone. It is a 5-week container where I walk you step by step through the entire path, from a closet that fights you to a wardrobe that finally fits your actual life. So by the end, the women in Empowered Style programs stop standing in front of their closets feeling like they're failing a test. They get dressed in minutes, in clothes that look like them and feel like them. They walk into their day with the energy that they used to leave in the closet floor. So remember the 4 markers I just gave you? Empowered Style program is where we actually walk them together over 5 weeks. We start with your foundation, your body, your shape, the way you're actually built, the architecture that God has given you. So you finally understand why some things have never worked, no matter how much money you spent, no matter how much time you spent trying to make it work. And then your color, the language that makes you look alive instead of tired and ties your whole wardrobe together. Then your essence, what you actually look like when you stop trying to look like anyone else. Then your system, a real working wardrobe that gets you dressed without the daily problem solving. And finally, you integrate it. You live it until getting dressed with intention is just how your mornings work now. And you are not doing it with a PDF and good intentions. You don't have to walk it alone. You have live guidance every week. Small group of women doing the exact same work beside you. And you get me looking at your actual life, your actual Tuesday, and helping you build something that works for you, for your life, exactly where you are. Before I tell you what it costs, I want to tell you what staying the same costs. Another year of mornings that take more than they give. Another closet filling up with pieces that you bought for a life that you aren't living. And the quietest cost of all, the version of you that you keep putting off until things calm down. Waiting one more year for permission to show up as yourself. That is the real price. And you've already been paying it every single morning. Every single morning. The Empowered Style program, $3,497. Breathe. So this is going to be the first cohort. I am switching things up. It begins August 3rd. This is the founding group. And for these women, and only these women, I'm dropping it. Dropping the price. Okay? So after this cohort, it's going to return to the full price. And it's going to stay there. Just go up. So for this first founding group, it's going to be $2,497. And if the full amount at once is not where you are right now, there is also a payment plan. So the timing of the money is never the reason to stay where you are in the life that you've already outgrown. The cohort begins August 3rd. It runs 5 weeks. I am going to be keeping it small on purpose. This is high touch work. There's only 5 spots. I will not dilute it by overfilling the room. When the seats are taken, they are taken. And the founding price goes with them. Now, I'm going to ask you to make a $3,000 decision in 60 seconds. Just kidding, I'm not going to do that. A small membership, sure. Not this. This is the decision about how you want to live the next few months, the next year, and the years after it. So here's your actual step. I'm going to add the link to apply for the founding cohort. Okay? Applying does not commit you to anything. It does not ask you for a payment. It opens a short, private conversation between you and me. So we can make sure that this is the right fit for your real life before you ever decide. Okay? If something happened here for you today, if you're tired of waiting for someday, apply and let's talk. Let me actually put that link in there for you right now. Okay? I don't want to forget that. So whoever would like to apply, that is there ready for you. Does everybody see it? Perfect. Okay. So, if you want to apply, option is there. And if you already know, if you've been waiting for exactly this, the enrollment link is right there too. Payment plan, everything, okay? You do not need my permission to begin. So before we close, awesome. Okay, someone already took one spot. That is awesome. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. This is going to be amazing. Okay. Before we close, I want to say something directly to you, okay? Your actual life is not a temporary situation. You are enduring until things settle down. Okay, your actual life is your life, and it deserves a wardrobe that honors it. It deserves you to be honoring you. You deserve to be honored by the clothes that you wear every single day. Okay, each one of you. Not someday. Now. Your full mornings, your complicated days, the days where the kids just won't stop bugging, the days that the kids are going crazy and just, oh my gosh, stop it. You know, those days. Your kids, your calling, your responsibilities, your business, wherever you are in that messy, messy situation, that messy life that we all have. Your responsibilities, your own becoming, these are not obstacles to getting dressed with intention. They are the reason for it. Those kids that drive you bananas, they are the reason for it. They need a mom who shows up for herself. When you stop building a wardrobe for the life you think you should have and start building one for the life you're actually living, something releases. You stop fighting yourself. You stop performing a version of yourself that does not exist. You just show up as you are. Michelle called it lighter. That is the word I want you to take with you today. Whatever is heavy in your mornings right now, it does not have to stay that way. It does not have to take you years to fix it alone. If something shifted for you today, the application is in the chat. One short conversation. That's all the next step is. The August cohort is where this stops being something you understand and something that you actually start living. I hope that I get to walk this journey with you. I am so excited. I am so excited. You all deserve a beautiful life. And one that you honor it with the way you dress. I hope I get to see you all in Empowered Style program and in the next Masterclass. I will see you all later. Have a beautiful day. Bye.